We
Yeah.
gonna bust through this dough. Wait, you know what
Wait,
song I'm
wait, wait,
singing?
wait. What
You
song?
know what song I'm singing?
What was that? What was that?
It was like what was it called? He was like, "Here we go, here we go." I can't remember, but you know, something about he used to be
Yeah,
like,
I know what
it's
you're
like
talking about.
I think it's a West Coast boy.
I know what you're
Um,
talking about.
Ghetto Jam is about to slam something. Yo yo.
Domino was no. What's the
Domino, yeah, yeah.
no?
I
Okay.
think that was his name. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
I remember him. I remember
Yeah.
him.
I
Remember
don't
that?
remember like the full song, but I remember that 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 beat doing that. So
Yeah, yeah, I remember that now. See, we come back with old school little rhymes. You know what I
I
mean?
know old school hip hop.
Little hip hop.
I'm mad.
Oh yeah,
It's like it's actually dark, bro.
yeah. I peeped that
Like
when
we losing like not that's how you know we about to be in fall. Like we losing our sunlight.
I peeped that when we went to go get my daughter. I was like, wait a minute, it's getting like dark outside.
Mm-hmm.
Like
Yep.
my
Already
like my man said in Belly, I don't like that shit.
I don't like it either. Cause soon when it when it really get to it, it's when it's dark when you go to work and it's dark when you get off. I hate that.
Yeah, yeah.
And you be in traffic and it's at 5 o'clock and it's like pitch black outside.
Pitch black, black as
Yeah, I
hell.
hate it. Yeah.
But I
But
will say this though, you know, on that Tuesday after Labor Day, that's when you officially know the summer is over, man.
pretty much.
That's when you officially know it's over.
Let me ask you, bro, do you still wear white after Labor Day?
I'm gonna wear whatever the fuck I want.
Me too. Facts. Big facts. Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know what nigger, what negro, what nigga. I don't know who started that in some tavern or some bar or some project somewhere in America. I don't know who started that, but I'm,
Hmm.
I'm gonna wear whatever I want.
I know that's right. I'm with you. I'm
Hey,
with you.
I feel like this. If a chick can wear an all white dress when she get married, knowing she ain't no virgin, so hey, why not? I can wear my
It's
all white
not the same
every
thing, but I
day.
got you.
Wear whatever you want, man. Ain't nobody got to. It's your prerogative, man. That's all.
That's true. That's true. It's not the same thing, but I got you.
It's the same song, second verse. Okay,
If you say so, bro.
that's all it is.
If you say so.
Now this is episode 83. Uh,
Episode 83, y'all.
some
Welcome
of this,
back. Welcome back.
some of that podcast. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube and Apple, Spotify. We got Latisse over there. I'm
How
Coach
y'all
O.
doing?
We back for another week, episode 83. Number 83. Shout out to the one of the great Washington Redskins back in the 80s, wide receiver Ricky Sanders. He was on that Super Bowl team with Doug Williams. He
Okay.
wore number 83. Um, I want to say, could be wrong. I feel like Willie Galt for the Bears wore 83. I could be wrong, but I know my homie James, he going to let me know.
He'll fact check for us.
Yeah, James will let me know. Shout out to James. Appreciate you.
Yeah.
Uh, but yeah, those are the famous 83s that I know.
Okay.
Also, since this is the what? This is technically the first week in September, or is it the second week?
Mm, it's technically the first week. I mean,
Technically the first week.
Sunday was the first.
Okay.
So, or Saturday was the first, was it? No, no, no. Friday was the first.
Friday was the
So,
first. So this will
yeah,
be
yeah.
the first week.
Mm-hmm.
So all right, now we know in September, that's when all the fall shows come back, right? They all start.
Usually. Yeah.
But we've been going through something in Hollywood, so it's a lot of shows that ain't returned.
Yeah.
Um, I know for me, I'm kind of salty because my NBC shows probably not going to return. Chicago Fire, Chicago Med, Chicago PD. They not going
I
to
never,
return.
I never got into those.
Those to me, I always say this: you don't have to like all three, but I
Hmm.
guarantee you're gonna like one of them
Okay.
because it's good. It's good acting. It's good stories, and then a lot of times you get to see like a lot of stuff in Chicago. Like they film a lot on the west side, Little Village, all around there. They do some stuff on the south side too, but and definitely on the north side. But I'm just salty that none of these shows. It's a lot of shows that won't be back
Yeah,
this
they
fall.
still on strike.
Still on strike,
Yeah,
and from what it looks like, ain't nothing seem to be letting up either. They
yeah.
they
I
still
hope.
it's
I
still
mean, I hope I'm not mad at them for striking because what the Hollywood people trying to do is bogus. I do hope they get their fair share, whatever that looks like for them as actors and actresses. I hope they get it. Because you know it's for so long, studios and executives they've made the bulk of the money, you know,
Mhm.
and actors are still some actors they can be acting in a TV show and still having part-time jobs. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah, yeah.
you know, so just I think people just want their fair share. You know, they entertain us for a living, and you know they should be compensated for it. So I'm
I'm
not mad at them. Yeah,
I'm just as a consumer, I'm just salty because I miss my especially
you got to watch the reruns, bro.
especially P Valley. I man,
Yeah, I do miss P Valley. Yeah,
I miss P Valley, man. Yeah,
yeah. I was ready for season 3.
last season was good, and now
Yeah,
we don't even know when we're gonna get the next season. You know, what I
yeah,
mean? Then when
yeah.
they finally gonna give us Raising Canaan. That was up in
Mm-hmm.
there. That took a while. They finally gonna give us that because there was some issues with that being put out. And
Mm-hmm.
right now, my man said they're not really filming BMF right now because they gotta be on hold. So they not filming that or So I'm like, this is gonna be this is rough, man. This is rough. This is rough.
Yeah, it's for
Cause
the greater good. We gonna have a rough little fall with no TV shows. So, but I think it's for the greater good for the people. You know.
and you notice how Netflix is just showing like all old stuff.
Yeah, they got to.
They drop all old
They didn't
stuff.
put a bunch of old movies out there, bro. A bunch of old movies, a bunch of old shows. Yeah.
They got. I was looking at like the little stuff they got. I'm like, man, they putting up all the old movies. But I mean,
Hmm.
if there's something up there I like, I watch it.
Yeah.
If
Yeah.
I ain't watching Tubi,
Oh gosh, I want you to be delivered from Tubi. This is
I,
that is my prayer for you to be delivered from Tubi.
I don't know, Tease. It ain't looking good. I
I
don't know,
tried it.
man.
I cannot. I've tried several movies on Tubi. I'm just like, you know what? This is just far too. This
It's
is just too bad, bro. This is just too bad.
Tubi really on another level when it comes to with, with
Ratchetness.
with the acting, the props, the everything. It's just I don't know. Like I said, I just commend them because it's black director, black producer, black writer. So I commend them for having a space and platform to do that. But the quality, man, ooh, it's man rough, 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 rough. And some of the stuff they be showing, tease like the sex scenes, like some of it,
Mhm.
it's so trash that like literally, the dude be on top of the female and her panties is on. His shorts don't even be all the way down, and
Oh my god.
he just humping like a rabbit. And it's like, bro, what? Ain't don't nobody dry hump no more. Like, what's going on with this? It's just
Yeah.
it's so over the top and extra, man.
I
Like
seen some, bro. It look like they be recording with their iPhone.
for real, for
Like
real.
seriously. Yeah.
And like the scenes where they gotta shoot somebody, it's so phony, man. Like the fake blood, like when somebody get hit, somebody get punched, like
Yeah.
it's
It's
tripped up.
terrible.
But you'd be
It's
surprised
terrible.
how many movies is on that platform.
A whole bunch. It's a whole bunch of bad movies on there.
Whole bunch of movies.
So
Whole bunch of
yeah.
movies. Did you watch that movie The Pass?
I did.
Did you like it?
You know what? It wasn't bad. It wasn't, it was quote unquote low budget, but it wasn't bad. It wasn't like a Tubi production. It was a step above Tubi.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it wasn't bad. I mean, the story was kind of like kind of like a typical story when it comes to the, you know, the propositioning of the past. You know what I'm saying? So
Uh,
I think they could have did the writing could have been a little bit better for some parts, because I had to watch one scene over. It seemed like they jumped around a lot to get to the end, you know. So I felt
yeah,
like maybe it could have been how they edited it too, but I felt like they could have the writing could have been a little bit better. But overall, I thought it was a decent watch. It was a good twist at the end that you probably that you wouldn't have expected. Like I suspected one thing. Well, people, if y'all ain't seen it already, these are spoilers, all right. So I suspected that that Drew's husband in the movie, I suspected that the husband and the lady that she was screwing around with, I suspected that they were actually together in on her somehow. Because you know, in the beginning, they was at that jewelry store.
mm-hmm.
So I had watched that part a couple times, like to see if I missed anything. So I'm like, well, why would he be in the store with her? She did, but then supposedly that was her best, that was his best friend.
His best
So
friend, yeah.
yeah, so that I figured that they had something going on, but I didn't suspect it was like a whole thing where she was the only one that's not in on it. But I took that as this though, bro. This is my takeaway from it. That's why it's important for women and men when you in a relationship with somebody to still maintain some kind of independence. Like if you have friends before, still have your friends. Like you can't all be like all his friends is my friends now, because this whole time you don't have nobody in your own circle to look out for you, because they all working together, but you wouldn't know that because you just had a situation where his friends are my friends and
Yeah.
his friends are his friends, and his friends looking out for you, looking out for him, and they can care less about you. So that was my takeaway from it.
I
More so than the past situation, I looked at it like, yeah, she needed some business of
I
her
didn't
own.
I didn't expect the ending at all. Like I didn't even like I ain't gonna lie, I didn't expect nothing that ended up happening at the end.
Mhm.
I didn't think nobody was in on it. I just thought that dude just did her bogus or whatever, and that was it. I had no idea that it was gonna end like that. Um, and I, you know, Drew not a bad actress. Like
No, she not.
she been in some other stuff before. And old girl Erica
Mhm.
Peoples, she been in a lot of stuff too. A lot of black movies. So I remember seeing her before, and then a couple other people in the movie that I saw that was in other movies. I'm gonna salute old boy Ty for putting together a decent plot. The plot was good. Um, it definitely it didn't give me uh, my man Tyler Perry vibes. It didn't give me them little vibes.
No, definitely not.
It gave me BT plus vibes, but not
Yeah.
it
Yeah.
didn't give me Tyler Perry vibes. And you know it was
Yeah.
cool. I watched it twice just to see what I missed or whatever. But it was decent. It was a decent movie.
They definitely set it up to be a part 2,
Oh
or
yeah,
to be a, they
yeah,
set it up to definitely be like a series, you know what I'm saying?
definitely.
Like or like, you know, multiple movies. So that was good on their part. And hopefully usually too, bro, a lot of times when you do sequels and things like that, um sometimes you know that first movie you put out there, but then the second one becomes a little bit better. And
Yeah,
since this one was well received, you know, then maybe they'll get more money for the budget. You know what I'm saying? You can get better writers in there, and
yeah.
they may have a more complete movie. You know what I'm saying? But it wasn't bad at all. It wasn't bad. If you don't, I would be mad if I paid to go see it. You know what I'm saying? In the sense of like I'll pay $10 to go see it, but um, other than that, I think if you at home chilling on a evening Friday night and you want something to watch, I think it's a good watch.
They shot the movie in 10 days. Um,
Yeah, huh? I'm not surprised.
um, Todd said, you know, they shopped it to a few networks.
Hmm.
Peacock was the first one to pick it up, so that was kind of dope. So it may be Peacock may come to them and be like, hey, can you do another one? You know, if the reviews were what they needed, because I was actually shocked it was on Peacock. I ain't gonna lie to you.
Yeah. Well, Candy has the relationship, you know, you figure with them from Housewives, and I know Peacock shows Housewives, and they show some
Mm-hmm.
other like shows from that network. So I'm sure she probably knows some
Bravo.
execs there. Bravo. Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah, yeah.
Bravo.
So yeah, I'm sure she probably knows some people that that you can hand this up to. You know what I'm saying? You can go past some people to be like, hey, this my movie. So I
Yeah.
could I could see that. I could see that being a connect, right? But I was surprised it was on Peacock too. But I would have thought it would be like a Tubi, BT Plus, maybe even Hulu. You know what I'm saying? So
Yeah.
I'm surprised to be good
Yeah.
because Peacock is basically NBC. So
Yeah. Basically NBC. Yeah. Because I
yeah,
know
so
I watched Days of Our Lives, and I remember like last year they told everybody that the show was going to Peacock. Now I was like, damn. So now when you watch Days of
oh,
Our
you
Lives,
still watch Days of Our Lives?
I still watch it to like every
That is
day.
so funny.
Every day. I still watch it
That's a
every day.
that's a throwback, bro. Bro used to watch, y'all. Moses used to watch Days of Our Lives faithfully back in the day with Stefano and all them.
I've been I've been watching this since like '95.
Oh my, yes,
It's been that
yes,
long.
that sounds
It's
about
been
right.
that long.
That is
Straight up.
hilarious.
Yeah.
Yo,
But Peacock, and then Peacock also they had what the best man thing on there. They
that
had
was
that on
good.
Peacock. They had a few stuff on Peacock. The Will, what's the not Will Smith, but the Fresh Prince, the Bel Air thing,
Yeah, yeah,
Peacock.
that's good. Yeah,
So that mean they got some stuff on there that's
they have
good.
some good shows, and I've
Good
actually
shows on
watched.
there.
I've watched a couple movies that they have on there too
Yeah.
that weren't bad. So I watched some random. I don't, which is stupid. I don't remember. It was one with Ashton Kutcher,
Oh
and
yeah. Oh
I
yeah.
can't remember who else was in it, but it was basically kind of like about a. I don't know if it was a serial killer or not. I think it was a serial killer, but it was like a little mystery movie that was good.
I know what you. I can't remember the name of it. I know what you're talking
Yeah, I
about.
can't remember too, but I liked it. I had watched it. That was good. I actually, some people didn't like it, but I did like the Hunk for Jesus movie. I thought that was kind of funny.
I watched it 3 times because I just the first 2 times I just couldn't. I didn't know what I couldn't get it. I couldn't get
Yeah,
it. Then after the third time, I said, "Okay, I okay." Then I was like, "Are they? Is this supposed to be Bishop Eddie Long story or something?"
definitely.
So that's
For
what I'm like.
sure.
Yeah.
They was doing his story without saying it.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. You
That's
can
fine.
tell. You can just tell about, especially when he started wearing the tight shirts and stuff. I was like, yeah, this is definitely about Bishop Eddie Long.
And then it got to the part where I supposedly he had something going on with a dude with a young man.
Yeah, that's why I'm like, this is definitely Bishop Eddie Long.
I'm like, this Eddie Long vibes right here.
But I didn't know Sterling K. Brown. I didn't know. I think that's his middle name.
Yeah, that's
But
him.
I didn't know that he was like that.
Like what?
That he was built like that.
Oh shit.
I didn't know. I did not know. So, ladies, if you haven't watched it, check out Honk for Jesus, and you get to see Sterling shirtless a lot of the movie, and he's a wonder in my
Oh,
soul.
okay.
He looks good.
He's a wonder. He's a wonder in my soul. If you don't get
Oh
that
yes,
full ass auntie, it's a wonder in my.
he's a wonder.
Oh my god.
I mean, no, seriously though, his body is very, very gladiator-ish. I didn't know because you
Gladiator.
know what?
I
He
like.
don't be flexing like that. He don't be flexing on the ground. And every time you be seeing him, like, in movies, he be having on suits and he be dressed up. So I didn't know. Even in Black Panther, like he always have on like big
Oh, he
clothes or like,
was. That. He was. And I forgot
yeah,
about
he was
that.
in Black Panther. Like he was who was he? He was the brother
He was
for
a.
he was T'Chaka's brother. Uh
Yeah.
so yeah. But yeah, that was good. But yeah, Peacock got some nice stuff. And you can actually watch live TV on there too. So you can watch
Mm-hmm.
like other
Mm-hmm.
channels. That I do that too, especially if you don't have cable like me. I do have streaming services that I pay for, but like well, I pay for Peacock too. So but I mean Peacock is free for the basic if you have like Xfinity, but if you
Yeah, it's
want to
free.
do like
Yeah.
if you want to do like some shows now, you have to have the subscription. So I think I paid for it for a couple months because I
It's
did.
for
You know what? I
free.
watched Kevin Hart special too. So
Oh
his
yeah. I
stand
gotta
up.
watch that, Tease. I
Yeah,
gotta.
it was decent. It wasn't. It was funny.
It
I
was.
wouldn't say it was like, slap your knee funny, but it was funny. I'll give it a funny.
I know you're talking about that slap you, and it wasn't like that. I know what you're
Yeah,
saying.
yeah. It wasn't
Yeah.
like, oh my god, like you ain't finna be
Uh,
doing like you
mhm.
ain't gonna be doing that, but you'll laugh. Yeah.
Um. Also, you know what this week is too, right?
What?
The start of the football season.
Mm-hmm.
So, ladies need to understand something. This is a PSA for the ladies.
PSA, PSA, PSA.
Ladies, this is the first. This is the first official week of football, NFL football. So Thursday, the first game. Sunday, it's gonna be games all day, ladies. So the best thing you can do if your man is at home with you, make him a sandwich, give him his favorite drink, and number three, don't bother him. Okay, just leave him alone. Let him enjoy um, the goodness of NFL football because this is what we live for as men every year. Men who love football, watch football. We love this time of year because NFL is on all day long. And then we get not only Sunday games, we get Monday and we get Thursday. So, ladies, this is our time now. All right, this is our time. Let us be great. And if you want to join in and watch football, you can do that. Just don't ask no questions. Just don't ask what's holding. Just don't ask what. Just don't be this lady. So what happened? He did what? Did they score?
Did he
Who
get a
got the
free throw?
ball?
Is
Did,
that a
did,
home run?
yeah, was it a home run? Don't do that, lady.
Yeah.
Don't do that. Just it's better off just not saying nothing. Okay, just watch. And if your man cheer, you cheer. If your man upset, you be upset. Because 9 times out of 10, if your man really, really upset this Sunday, that means he got about 9, 10 parlays on these games. And
Facts.
he looking at his money withering away, ladies.
And he losing in fantasy football.
He losing in family football because he probably in like 4 or 5 leagues like me. And
And he probably playing against me and my team better, so he hate losing against a girl.
so, ladies, trust me.
Yep.
The best thing you can do is just be there for support. Keep his belly full, keep his mind empty, and just rub on his back if his favorite team is losing. Okay, ladies, that's what you got to do. All right, now for you ladies that's into that halftime head, hey, by all means, be great. I'm not saying you have to do it, but whatever you feel like, ladies, be great at it. Okay, Teach, you got anything
I
to
feel
add
like
to that?
halfway. I feel like halfway here goes both ways.
Who?
Goes both ways.
Wait. You feel like halftime head goes?
Halftime, yeah.
Why?
Because why not? Especially if I'm watching the game with you and I'm doing all these things, and you just told me to shut up, fix your sandwich, and all this. Yeah.
Tease
What? What?
halftime.
What? 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 What do? What? What? Why would I do all that? What do I get out of this?
Halftime only 15 minutes.
Okay, so that means I owe you one.
So wait till the game over with. But halftime head is not for ladies. It was invented.
As Trump say, wrong, wrong.
It was invented for
I
men.
don't agree.
It was invented for men. Everybody knows that. Invented for men.
Hmm. Yeah, I would. I won't say you wrong, but I ain't gonna say you right either.
I'm just saying, it's 15 minutes. You gotta look at the time frame.
Sure. Sure. I mean, that's the 15 minutes for sure. I understand that that's a ideal time for a male, But I feel like don't forget about the ladies either.
Well, he can take care of you after the game, win or lose, but halftime is for him.
No, because if the dude if your team lose, then he'll have a funky attitude.
Well, if he do, he might take it out on you, and that might be good for you.
Then it's Pound Town. You go to Pound
Sexy red,
Town.
that'd be sexy red time. You know what I'm
Ain't nobody
saying?
got time for that.
I'm just saying, you might get taken care of. You know what I mean? You know
Yeah,
what I'm
and I'm
saying?
trying to get they guts rearranged before work on Monday.
Hey, as long as you don't die, you'll be all right.
But did you die?
You'll be all right. Speaking of
Uh,
football, how many games you got the Bears winning?
Mm. How many they win last year, bro?
3.
Bears only won 3 games last year.
Yes.
Damn, I thought they won at least 5.
Nope. 3 games. That's how they got the number 1 pick.
Sheesh. I'm gonna give them 7.
7. All right.
Yeah,
That's cool. That's cool.
yeah. That's a stretch. I was gonna double whatever number that they won last year, but I didn't know they only won 3. So I'm gonna give them a 7.
7.
This is what, year 2 for Justin?
No, 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 no. It's your.
Year 3?
Yeah. It's year 3.
So he gotta make some. Oh, it's catch-22. He definitely gotta make some big strides. But do you feel like we have enough on the O line for him?
I do, but they got a real big injury that happened over in training camp, so I'm a little upset about that. But I think they did the best they could to give him the best offensive line.
Okay.
But you know, the good thing about it, the first game is against Green Bay. Now, usually the Bears play well at home against Green Bay.
Mm-hmm.
Last year in their first game of the year, they won. Um, Green Bay's got a new quarterback, because Aaron Rodgers is not there anymore. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what to expect in this game. I just want the Bears to win. I just don't know what to expect because remember the Bears got a whole two new offensive players. Um, they got they almost damn near rebuilt the defense. So we're gonna see how the Bears will fare on Sunday. But they playing the Packers. I hate Green Bay. So all my cousins that live in Milwaukee, all my homie that's a Packers fan, I hate all y'all. I hate all y'all. I hope on Sunday that while y'all watching the game, y'all get diarrhea like that lady on that plane
Oh
from
no.
Atlanta to Brazil. And I just hope that the Bears win because if the Bears win, I'm talking mad shit on Facebook just for that
Of
one
course.
week. For that
Of
one
course.
week, I'm talking mad shit. So, and I got the Bears winning like 9 games, maybe 8 or 9. That's where I got them winning.
Oh,
8 or 9.
okay.
Games. I don't think they're the best team in that division. I think it's Detroit. But Detroit opened up with Kansas City tomorrow, so that's gonna be a good game. I'm just glad NFL back. Like we get Kansas City, Detroit tomorrow. I
Yeah.
think that's beautiful. That is so beautiful tomorrow.
I don't really I like football, but I just I have like it's definitely a love hate situation with the NFL. I still don't think they do their players the way they should, you
Mm-hmm.
know. And I don't I do, with so many older white owners, I do feel like a lot of them still have, that owner mentality, about their players. So I don't know. I want the players to. I wish we can enjoy it without that. It's to me the NFL has that cloud over their head. I don't know. It's just a cloud of like underlying racism. I don't know. I can't explain it. It's just there. And it makes it hard to watch sometimes. But I'm always cheer for the home team, and I'm always cheer for the black quarterbacks. So that's just that's my truth. So yeah,
Oh, you got quite a few in the league right now.
for sure. I'll be glad when that's not a thing. When it's not a thing, like you know what I'm saying. When it's not a big deal that it's a black quarterback. Like it's a black quarterback, or what? He's just playing. You know what I'm saying? Like it shouldn't be a big deal because it only became a big deal in the NFL because they just restricted. I feel like because of how black boys play, and because some of them can be running quarterbacks. I feel like some of them just was like pigeonholed. You know what I'm saying, or ostracized in a sense where they
Uh-huh.
would be like, oh, those kind of players don't win and stuff like that. So you know, um, yeah, I want to see them do well for that reason. So
Well, Baltimore got a black quarterback room.
mhm.
Somebody said it's probably the first time in history
Yeah, I saw that.
saying that. Um, I'm interested to see what he does too this year. He got Odell Beckham down there with him, so I want to see what he does. I like Lamar Jackson. I've
Yeah,
always I've always liked him. I'm glad he got his money this off season. I was happy he got paid because he
yeah,
deserved it. So I'm gonna be watching the NFL a lot. I think it's gonna be a good year. Um, Hopefully, maybe Jalen Hurts can go back to the Super Bowl and win. But as you know, it's hard to go back to back.
Yeah, for sure.
We'll see. I just want him to play well, because they always it's different when black quarterbacks have one good year, because they be waiting to
Hmm.
see if he can do it again. So
Always.
I
Yeah.
just I want him to do well, but first and foremost, it's all about QB1, Justin Fields in Chicago. We
Yeah.
need him to play well, and we need him to get better, because he got money on the line, Tease.
Yeah. Yeah.
They got money on the line. They got to figure out if they're going to pay him like they're paying these other guys. You know what I mean?
Yeah. That's what I'm
So,
saying. He got to have a big year. So
got to
it's
have a
it's
big
time for
year.
him to make a big stride.
Yeah, got to.
Hmm.
Um, Staying with football, Coach Prime. Coach
Yeah.
Prime. Hand claps for Coach Prime. Coach Prime.
Yeah. He got his he got his win in the dough.
I was glad he got his win too.
Hmm.
I was glad Coach Prime. Hey, Colorado, look, I didn't have no expectations for them. Like I don't know how good they're gonna be. I mean, he got basically 80 new players, Tease. 56 of them were transfers. So I don't know how good he's gonna be. He only kept 10 players from the team last year, so I don't know. All I know is I'm gonna watch them whenever I can, whenever they're on TV, week to week. Because one thing about them, they're entertaining, man. They are so
Yeah.
entertaining. They're gonna score some points. They're gonna throw the ball up and down the field. His son is I think he's good, whether it's he playing with HBCU or he playing in the SEC. I think he's
Yeah.
good either way.
Yeah.
But watching the game, did you watch the game last week?
Some of it.
I
Some of
watched.
it.
I missed the fourth quarter because
Yeah.
I went to the movies. But I was watching it, and he got them boys playing hard, man. They flying around the field.
Hmm.
They're efficient offensively. They can run the ball. And they beat a team that was in the national championship game last year.
Yeah.
I want people to understand that. Like, they beat the team that was in the national championship game.
Yeah.
They were favored to beat Colorado by 20 or more points, and
Yeah.
they lost. So that's huge to me. That's
Yeah.
huge.
Yeah. I think I didn't know for sure if they was gonna win the first game coming out, you know what I'm saying? But I'm glad they did because as many people that love Prime, there's a lot of people that hate him. And a lot of people
Yeah, a
want to
lot
see
of
him
people have.
fail. So a lot of people still upset that he left Jackson State, you know what I'm saying? So he has a lot of that, he has a lot he get chip on his shoulder for that reason.
They
So
do.
but
They do.
one thing Prime is never going to be short on his confidence. If
Never.
they win or if they lose, he's not going to it's not gonna make him doubt himself. And so I'm glad that they won, and I hope they have a successful season. I mean, the team only won one game last year, so
One game.
I feel like anything outside of one game is better than last year. So I mean, you know what I'm saying? So, but I think they're gonna do fairly well. You know what I'm saying? As the season gets going, obviously, it's gonna get harder. So,
Yeah, yeah. It's gonna
but
be hard.
I think they'll be okay.
I um I mean, Nebraska's gonna be tough next week or this week coming up. They're gonna be tough because they're different. They're gonna be a different type of team than TCU. But it's their first home game. It's Colorado's first home game, and they already said they've been sold out. They sold out since the second day they hired Dion. That's
Wow.
how fast those tickets sold out.
Wow.
And I know for that students that school, you know, Colorado football ain't been the greatest. I mean, the last time Colorado football was relevant was probably when Cordell Stewart was there.
Yeah, that was a long time
That
ago.
was a long time ago.
Yeah.
I remember watching Cordell Stewart play. That's when Colorado football was relevant. So, I mean, Dion came there and put some relevancy back to that program. You know, people think Dion arrogant, but I don't think he's arrogant. I just think Dion confident.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think he's confident, and I think people just frown upon when people talk like that because
Mm-hmm.
they just don't know how to accept it.
Well,
Like
because
some
they're not as confident, so they want you to bring it down because they're not confident.
people got to understand, being humble don't mean you meek. Being
Right,
humble, being humble don't mean you want people to just walk over you and step on you.
right,
That that's not what being humble is. And Dion just lets everybody know, like, look, I expect to win.
right,
He's like, I won at every level, so I expect to win here. He was like, he said that's just my calling. And a lot of people just don't like that. A lot of people want to see him fail. A lot of
right.
people want to see them lose. Um, Again, this is why he left Jackson State, and I brought it up like I did last time. He wants to prove to people that he can coach football,
Yeah,
and
at every level.
at every level. And I really believe if he gets a chance to go to the NFL, he's going to go to the NFL. I really
Yeah,
believe that. But he just wants to prove that he belongs. And remember, I always say this: Florida State told him no. His alma mater, the place where he won a lot of games, they
yeah.
told him no, he couldn't coach there.
Mm-hmm.
Now, I'm just saying,
Yeah,
what if Dion in the next 2 years, Colorado is a powerhouse? You never know.
yeah,
Because he
yeah.
getting players to come there. Think about it. He getting players to come there. Players who didn't have Colorado on their radar, their list.
I mean,
Now
he got Travis Hunter to go to Jackson State.
he was going to Florida State, got him to
Mm-hmm.
decommit. So
Yeah.
I mean, and that's what I'm saying. Like Dion putting everybody on notice. He got him on notice, Teeth.
Mm-hmm. And it's easy for players to follow Dion because he was a winner. you know and he's one of the ultimate athletes. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yep,
he played at a high level in two sports. You know what I'm saying?
true.
So it's not many people that did that. I mean, you had Bo Jackson, him. I mean, as far as being like on the elite, like that were super good at both. You know he's proven himself. You know what I'm
Yep,
saying? And
yep.
and I think he's similar to the today's players where Dion was like flashy, and he was like ghetto fabulous. You know what I'm
He was.
saying?
He was.
He
He
was
was.
like, so I think like a lot of players looked up to that because it was like that's how they are in the hood. You know what I'm saying? And so he was just his own country self with his flamboyant, loud, suits and his chains, and
That was
that
him.
must be the money dance, like,
That must be the money.
yeah,
Boy,
yeah.
Dion
So
was something else, boy.
he
Dion was something.
was, yeah, he
But
is something else.
I just love how he coached his sons up. I love how he coached his team, man. He coached them hard, but he's fair, and I like that.
Yeah,
I like
yeah,
that.
for sure.
I like that. Oh, next, um, let's talk about. Hey, you see, Diddy. See what Diddy did?
I saw that.
Gave his artists that they're publishing.
Yeah,
I was kind of shocked. I was kind of
yeah,
shocked. I know some people saying what publishing they got left because he probably spent the money.
absolutely,
I thought that was hilarious though when they said when they
absolutely.
did that.
That's what I thought, bro. I was thinking like, what's it worth?
Good
I mean,
question.
you giving it back to him after all these years, like, what's it worth? You know what I'm saying?
Good
Like,
question.
outside of like Biggie and
Dude
Faye,
and
you
dude.
know
Uh,
who?
who else had a big hit on Bad Boy? Craig Mack maybe, but he ain't
Greg
even here
Mack,
no more.
he
He ain't
did.
even here no more.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's a good. I mean, yeah. So I mean,
112 had some hits, but you gotta to make money now. It's your songs have to be like still in rotation, and people still want to hear certain things and pay for them. You know what I'm saying? So,
facts,
I
facts.
mean, if they not doing that, then essentially they not giving him no money unless Mace had some hits too.
He
So
did. Mace did have hits. Mace did have
Mace
hits.
had some hits. So unless he's giving them some, it would have been, I've heard people say that he should have just went ahead and sold it for what they were asking and then split the money between them, the people.
Yeah,
That could have been a thing because, if they was going to pay, let's say $200 million for the whole catalog, um, individually, who's to say Total's going to make $1 million or something off of they publishing now, or or 112. Like, I don't know if they'll, they may not make that. I don't think they're gonna make as much money as they would have got if he would just sold it and gave them money. You know what I'm saying? That would have been fair too.
Good point.
But you know, um, it was the right thing to do, but it was the right thing to do, 20 years ago.
So
you
one of
know,
his people was saying that what's the use of him giving back their publishing? And a lot of the people on that label didn't have huge hits that people were going to go back and use
I
the
think
music
Mark Curry
over
said
again.
that. Yeah,
Yeah, Mark Curry, he said, other than that I be missing you. Like, what other hits is people gonna go back and reuse to where
yeah,
somebody can make a lot of money? And he was like, so what these people gonna get for a check for $400 or $500 every year? I was like, damn.
yeah.
I was
That's what
like,
I'm saying.
he going there. I'm like, shit, he going there.
He don't like Diddy. He hate him.
I
So,
didn't know that. I didn't know there was
oh
a
yeah, he
history
hates
with
Diddy.
this.
He has interviews on YouTube for years ago, like where he was exposed in the industry, and oh yeah, he wrote a book about Diddy. Well, he wrote a book about the industry, and there's a lot about Diddy in there. About it's about like it's something about the devil is in the title, but he wrote a book, and he told a lot of stuff like about the industry, how they turn people out, and just how um they just basically just hoard people. People come out worse off than they were, because you got people that be young and dumb and trying to get some money, and they
They
don't be paying
do.
attention to
They do.
these contracts, and
They do.
they really signing a deal with the devil. So you know
And a messed up thing about it, like you said, they signed them contracts.
hmm
They signed them contracts.
hmm
Now, people always say, well, how can you look yourself in the mirror if you're a label owner or you're a label head and you offer these contracts to these artists knowing that they don't understand what they're really signing? I say, hey, that's a moral question for them, not for me, not for
yeah,
us. That's just a moral question. And a lot of these people, like I think it was Fat Joe or Bust or somebody said these guys really be trying to get on. So all they hear is that we got a signing bonus for you for 100 grand.
yeah,
That's all they hear.
yeah.
They don't know what they signing, royalties and all that. That you got to
hmm
pay back money for everything you use. You got to pay back that because it's like a loan. Like,
hmm
when you think about the industry, you just like, man, it's really messed up, ain't it?
yeah, yeah. It's they take advantage of people that's poor, and that they know that's trying to trying to get on or whatever. But you can't, that's the thing though, bro, where you can't be so hungry and so thirsty to for fame that you put yourself in that bubble. You know what I'm saying? Or you put yourself in a situation where you get taken advantage of. So it's unfortunate. Like it shouldn't be a rule where it's like that's just how it is. You're gonna your first contract's gonna be bad. Like it don't have to be that way. You know what I'm saying? It don't have to be like you don't have to accept it. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because the thing is, if you was poor beforehand and you gonna go in and still be poor once you leave, you might as well just stay poor and go do something on your own.
Let's stay poor.
I mean, I'm just saying, because if it's a money thing, you don't have no money, and if you're gonna go in there and come out in a negative, what sense does that make? So I know
That's
people.
true.
I mean, like, yeah, you could be famous, but now you're a famous broke person.
That's true. Now
You
that's
could have
true.
been broke by and been in no name.
Be broke as hell, and
Yeah, or
but
take your
or
time, and it may cost more money. I mean, I know back then they didn't have the avenues that these artists have now, where you can do independent and put your music out there on your own. You know what I'm saying? On Spotify and Apple, like you can do a lot of stuff yourself. But it's just unfortunate. A lot of people, that was the standard to take advantage of, and artists accepted that.
or
If
you could
artists
or you
if
could be
artists said we're not gonna accept it, then these record execs would have to change.
true, true. Which with a lot of these artists now, you see what they doing. They just going on YouTube dropping their shit or just dropping it on their social media page and trying to
Yeah,
just be independent. You could do that.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah. That's That's that's
It's
that's that's
ways.
pretty much how it is now. Yeah.
Yeah, it's ways. It's ways you can circumvent that and move around. But I mean, with the Diddy thing, I don't. I mean, it sounds good. When I heard, I was like, okay, that's great. But then I thought about it, like, well, how much of it is are they really getting?
Right.
I mean, if they really getting $300 to $400 check just for a year, I mean, is that really what is that? Like, maybe
Yeah.
that's why he
That's,
signed it over so quick. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like,
well, he
that ain't
got
really,
all the money. He got all the money from it already, bro. You know what I'm saying?
yeah,
He's got the bulk of the money of it. So it's not like it's not this noble thing that they trying to make it out to be. You know what I'm saying? I know it's something else behind it because that's just how I feel like that's just how Diddy roll. I don't think he's doing that kindness of his heart because if that was the case, he would have been did that shit a long time ago.
yeah,
When it was really worked. You know what I'm saying?
yeah.
More money, and when songs were fresh and people were still doing it. So 30 years later, it is not really worth nothing. Then
And then
I don't know. I don't know if that's really noble.
Mark Curry saying, Diddy just doing all this because he don't really have nothing else to invest in anymore, and he's not a billionaire anymore. Well, I ain't gonna count nobody's pockets. I think it's weird to even.
He still has more than enough money. Diddy is set for life.
I just think it's weird for grown men to be debating about another billionaire rich person's money when they definitely, no matter what, they're a million more up than me. So I just think that's
Absolutely.
weird. I don't believe in that, but
Yeah. They
I
he they he, he's not hurting at all. He won't be hurting ever.
all I'm gonna say is this: if Mace comes out and says, "Well, yeah, I got my first residual check from my masters," and if he be like, "It's like $300," then I'm gonna be like, "Well, there you go, there you
Hmm.
go, right there, then."
The Mace,
Dude,
but also too, Mace was a bigger artist than some of the other ones. So
yeah, he was, he
I would
was,
expect his money to be a little bit different than Mark Curry. You know what
and
I'm saying?
Mace called Diddy out about that, about not getting paid, but
Yeah.
Diddy shot back at him and we
Hmm.
told him, "Look, if you got a receipt, show it right now." But I mean,
Yeah.
end of the day, um, I'm gonna pay attention to this and see what happens later on down the line. I want to see what these artists say because everybody think it makes sense now when Irv Gotti said he sold his, he sold his mask because he was like at the end of the day, it's not really worth it in the long run. Like people think. People think masters or royalties. Like it's different. Unless you
Yeah.
Jay-Z, unless you had those huge records where people are still recycling your music, it's really not
Yeah.
beneficial for you
That's why
monetary.
Nelly sold his.
That's why Nelly sold his.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
artists are doing that. You see artists,
I
they
know.
doing
I
that.
think even Justin Timberlake. I think he
I
sold
think he
some of his
sold his
masters.
too. Yep, I think
Yeah.
you're right. I think
Yeah.
he
He
did
sold a
sell
lot of his
his.
catalog. Lil Wayne.
Lil Wayne's, yep,
Yeah,
yep.
he sold a lot of his catalog. I mean, it makes sense money wise. You might as well get the money and the value of it right now because, like you said, the way music is now, and we know, like it's forever changing. Every Thursday, you got 50 new artists that got songs coming out. You know what I'm saying?
Every
It's a
Thursday, every
it's
Thursday.
it's a it's a it's a different beast. So
You
you
ain't lying.
know it's if they want to pay for that now, take it. Because then you'll get your money. You know what I'm saying? You get your money up
Get your
front and
money. Get your
you
money.
can reinvest that, differently and make some more money. But yeah, it's only if you're not one of those huge artists where your song is gonna always be like in a cartoon or a commercial, like it
And that's
really
what they were saying. They were saying like, if you're not gonna get huge money up front, then why hold on to it? So that's why I'm saying, like, I get where everybody going with this. Like, I get it. I just think
yeah,
it depends on the artist. It just depends on the
yeah,
artist.
it's what it is. It depends on the artist.
Like, I'm sure Nicki Minaj gonna have to make a decision 10 years, 15 years down the line.
Shit,
Cardi
she
B,
might be gonna do it now. Hell,
you never know.
be
You
quite
might be
honest.
right. You might be freaking right. Yeah, you might be right.
Yeah.
Let's see. Oh, let's get into this little these situations that's been happening. Um, so on Instagram, it was this lady who said a dude hit her with a brick because she didn't want to talk to him. Is that what it was?
She said he didn't give her She said she didn't give him her number.
a number. So
Hmm.
I guess he got mad. Some words were said. He hit her with a brick. Um, so that video floated around. I saw her face. You know, she was fucked up. Like that was fucked up. Um, Now the backstory is, now I don't know if you saw this. Apparently, she does this. It's some skit or something, or she has something where she does videos about this or whatever, or she does this in public. I don't know. I was just trying to. I was flipping through it on Twitter. You know, Twitter you just take it with a grain of salt. You don't really know what's real or not. I do know this. Her face was swollen now, so she definitely got hit. Now I don't
Hmm.
know whether she done it in the past or whatever. I just know her face was swollen. She was in the hospital. She was crying on the video as this dude hit her. Now the question that was going around to all these groups and these think pieces is, if you a man, if you was right there, would you have intervened? Now that was a tough question for me, because here's the thing. I don't want to see no woman get harmed, period. Whether it's brick, fist, body slam, none of that. But I do know in some of these instances, you have to really be careful out here, because in some of these situations, some of these dudes don't respect women and don't respect you for intervening. And you got to really make a decision. Do I want to lose my life or potentially lose my life to help somebody I don't know? I think that's a fair question as a man who has a lot of stuff, wife, children, whatever they got going on. I think a man has to weigh that. But I also get how, as a man, if you do intervene, you want to, because you like, damn, homie, just because she don't want to talk to you, you want to hit her or you want to call her a bitch. Because remember, back in the day, dude would be quick to call another woman a bitch because she don't want he didn't want his phone number.
Hmm.
I think it's all weak. I think that's some weak ass shit. For you to get a brick and throw it at a female and upside her face and swell her face up, that's weak as hell. And did the dude get caught who did that?
I don't think so. No.
And if one of my homies did that, we can't rock no more at all. Cause that's not how we was raised.
Right.
So, and again, I always go back to this too. I just wonder, was these some young niggas? Cause they don't, they rule, they feel like they can do whatever. They rule with no authority. I
Absolutely.
always go back to that, because I kind of find it hard to think that a 40-plus-year-old man would do that. That's just me. Or a 50 year
Yeah.
old man would do that. I can see some 20-year-old niggas doing that, trying to get a laugh and just think it's cool. But
Yeah.
as a woman, what was your thoughts when you saw that?
So I'm gonna preface this by saying, Carly Russell messed me up. So when
Oh
I be
yeah,
honest,
yeah, yeah,
like
yeah,
when
yeah.
I see stuff now, bro, it's so hesitant to jump out to say things because
You getting like me now?
man, because it's just like, is she telling the truth? You know what I'm saying?
No.
Like you in your mind, you don't want to think that somebody actually would go through all this just for a viral moment, but you couldn't have told me that a girl would throw her wig on the ground and plan a whole abduction either. You know what I'm saying? So I don't put nothing past people these days. This is what I think though. When I saw that she got hit, I did some little looking too, and she's like a wannabe internet personality. So she does these little skits where she walk up to people and say stuff. And I've seen some where
Mm.
she slapped them, like not slap them hard, but like, slap them and then she starts twerking. So I've seen some skits where she's doing that. I've seen some videos where she's talking about black men ain't worth nothing and they know good for anybody. They're
Oh.
not good. They
Oh.
don't protect us. She has problems with, black men.
Oh.
Um, and so, you know, there's a video of a guy who said he was there and he said that nobody wanted to help her because he said she's a troublemaker in the neighborhood. So apparently
Mm,
it's like a Somalian neighborhood that
mm.
they were a part of. He was saying that nobody likes her because he said she's a troublemaker.
So that was true. Okay.
He said that's well, we don't know. That's what
Okay.
he's saying.
Okay.
This is again, anybody can say anything, bro. He could be somebody who won't even know her. He could be just a person again, want to go viral. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
But according to this guy, he said he was there. He's one of the guys that was in the crowd, and why they didn't help him is because she's a troublemaker. And he said that no, she did not deserve to get hit, in the face. Like she did get hit. He said, but at the same time, he felt like she was taunting the dude who was talking to her. Like, and so she felt like he felt like she was taunting him, and that's why he hit her. But he said, but he don't excuse that because he felt like he shouldn't have hit her with the brick. So I saw a lot of men, say that that's what she gets,
Hmm.
and they wouldn't defend her either. And they were using her old videos as a reason of why she got hit, in the face, which as a woman, I feel like no, maybe her actions didn't help, but that in that moment, if she didn't hit the dude and if she wasn't doing anything as far as like being, aggressive to him in a matter that he felt threatened, he shouldn't have hit her.
He shouldn't have hit her.
So going back to find some old video of hers with skits where she's twerking and smacking people, that has nothing to do with in that moment. You know what I'm saying? In that moment, if she didn't touch him and if she wasn't doing anything that warrant for him to where he felt threatened enough to do that, then you can get tired of her talking. She could be extra as hell, bro. You know what I'm saying? But that don't excuse you. That don't give you permission to pick up. You could die. She could have died. You 1 inch over and you get hit in a certain part of your head. We know that's it. You're done. So I don't think it's anything that words shouldn't be. People get it. Words, people got to do better with these words. You know what I'm saying? Like, words shouldn't get you that riled up to where, you know, you want to throw a brick because, supposedly she didn't want to give you a number. I don't even know if that's true. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? That's what she said, but that could be a lie. You know what I'm saying? They could have been arguing about something else for all we know. But, I understand men who don't want to jump in because if you got a family at home, I don't know that I want my husband jumping in every time some lady has a message, because what happens is that person that goes to help a lot of times ends up hurt or dead.
I saw a lady
So
say that too. A lady
I
commented that.
get it. I absolutely get it. I want my husband to come home to me and my kid. So
Hmm.
now my husband, like you said, being a man and being a manly man, I'm sure he's not, it would be hard for him to let a woman get abused and him not do anything. You know what I'm saying?
That'd be
I know
hard.
that would be hard. So I
That'd
understand
be
that.
hard, yo.
But I get too though, like I feel like if he was there with other guys, like my thing is this, you ain't gotta jump in. But after he hit her, he got in the car and ran off. I think in that moment, to me, she probably just when sometimes when women say that black women feel unprotected, I feel like even if they felt like she's a troublemaker and she says all these things, and I get it, is if I saw her on the video saying in one moment, black men ain't nothing and y'all ain't good for nothing, and
Uh-huh.
now in this moment you want a black man to help you, it's like, yeah, help yourself. You know what I'm saying? But
Uh-huh.
I feel like, you know, that just as a man, the feeling of being in that circle with all those men, if and nobody even came up to even see was you okay.
Right. That's what I'm
You know
saying.
what I'm
Yeah.
saying?
That's
Or
what I'm saying.
somebody said, hey, are you okay? And or somebody could have just told him, like, hey, dude, like just put the brick down, go on about your business. You know what I'm saying? It's not that serious. I
Like,
don't know
dude,
how
you good?
quick he picked it up,
Good.
you know what I'm saying? But
Yeah.
yeah, like, come on, dude, like, come on, man, like, it ain't that serious. Like, that could have changed the whole scenario. Like, even if you felt like she talks too much, she always doing, like, you don't want to see nobody get hurt.
Never.
You
Never.
know,
That
so
never.
and then especially a man hitting a woman, no matter how much she vibrato she has in her voice, the male is gonna always be stronger.
Stronger always.
That's just what it is. You know what I'm saying? So
But a brick, I mean, just a brick, like a brick. That's just.
it could have been just a rock, you know what I'm saying? But even then, I think that part was real because watching her videos and stuff, these people are vain. You know what I'm saying? So I
Yeah,
know
yeah,
she don't want her face to be messed up.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Then from there, she got a GoFundMe. So
I
I
saw
don't know
that.
about that. That's the kind of stuff that you make you be like, how this stuff be staged. You know what I'm
That's how I
saying?
was, and that's how I was, and I'm sitting there going like, I don't want to be this guy that be insensitive, and be like,
Right.
I hope she didn't do all this just for no fuck to go viral. Like
Yeah.
I hope not. You know what I mean? But it's not like we haven't seen it before. We seen stuff
Right.
where people do shit to go viral, but I didn't want to be that guy. And then on top of that, I saw another female in New York. There was a video. She was in a store, and this dude approached her. She just told the dude, "No, I'm fine. I got a man or whatever. I'm good." So the dude said something to her when she walked out the store. It was a group of dudes. They jumped on her.
I
Like
remember that. Yeah.
it was in New York. I'm like, what the fuck? Like I saw the video. I'm like, who raised these motherfuckers? Like
Cowards.
y'all
Coward
gonna jump
culture.
on y'all jumping on a female because she don't want to talk to you?
Yep.
Nigga, this is the world. For every one, there's like 50 other women. Go holler at the other 49. What the fuck is wrong with these people?
Yep. Cause these bro, this internet age, they really don't have social skills.
It's
They be
weak.
on the internet, they be on the phone, so they don't know how to talk to people. Like I always say, when y'all was growing up, y'all had to learn how to talk to females
Yeah,
because
we
we
did.
you ain't had the internet, so you
Yeah.
had to go walk up to a girl, get her number. You know what I'm saying? Call her. You had to have build up nerve to do that. These dudes now, they so used to everything being at their hands, you know what I'm saying? And so they be on the internet talking to people all day. And so when they get in public and they see a real person and that real person don't respond in the way that somebody on the internet does, they ego is bruised.
They bruised like a motherfucker too, boy.
And it's like it's not, but the internet is not real. So you thinking all this action that you got on the internet rolls over to the real life. Oh no, you're a real layman though, and you're a real lame in real life. That's
You're
why.
a lame. You're
You
a
know what
real
I'm saying?
lame, bro.
And even if you're in the lane, the fact that she don't want to talk to you, so what? Move around.
That's a that's another
Why would
thing.
y'all? That's the weakest thing. Like I felt like in that moment when I be seeing that kind of stuff, I be wishing like I wish women had weapons to just clear the room. Sorry,
I agree. I agree.
air them out
Air them
because
out.
that's just weak. Like y'all
Wait for
gonna
the
jump on
police to
her for that? Like no,
it
y'all
was
need to. Y'all. That means to me you're not even good for society. Just go. Bye.
weak. It's weak. Weak
Yeah.
shit. And
Yeah.
I know like some dudes, they got their bravado like it ain't none of my business. Like I get all that, but at the end of the day, man, like I do think we here to protect women, and we do. But I also think, man, you really, if you're a dude, you really gotta put yourself in that situation and think before you act, because a lot of dudes are in the dirt or in prison because they didn't think,
Absolutely. For
and
not thinking.
some women put dudes in wrong situations like that. Like a month ago, old girl was in New York with that little card game, and she gambled like her whatever she gambled away, and she lost it. So she slapped her man and told him, "You better get my shit back." Like, wait a minute, like
That's
you
crazy.
lost. That's a part of the whole game. Now, what if
Yeah.
dude would have tried to, what I'm saying,
Slap
do
her.
something to do? What if he would have did something to do and they shot his ass? You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? Because he trying to defend her honor. Like that's what I be talking about. Like,
And that's the woman that you don't need.
amen, amen. Real
If
talk,
that's my son, I'm telling him that's woman that you don't need because your woman
real
is not
talk,
getting ready to put you in harm's way.
real talk.
No,
And
she got to
and
go.
she gotta go because
Yeah.
that means she the type of woman, and if we all seen it, she the type of woman that pop off so much and get
She
into
has no control over
unnecessary
her
shit.
emotions.
Get into some necessary shit.
Hmm.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
was that whole video. Like I didn't really say much about it because I was just like deep down a part of me was like, I hope this is not fake. Because
Yeah.
I mean, we've seen so much shit, Leticia. If we're gonna be completely honest, we've seen so much that turned out to be false.
Yeah.
End of the day. So I just hope for a fact that if this is real, whatever, I hope they find the dude, whoever did this, like you said, a rock, a brick. If that's the case, they need to go to jail.
Yeah.
For
No,
real, they
I'm
need to
with
go
you.
to jail. Need to go to
I'm
jail.
with you.
The other part I want to talk about, I got the notes right here. A dude said he's done dating black women, and he listed his reasons.
Mm-hmm.
And he stood on it. He was real adamant about it. I got my thoughts about it, and I know I said it on this show before, but geez, what's your thoughts when you hear a dude say that? And first of all, go through his reasons, like a couple of his reasons why he said that.
Okay. So I'm gonna read what he said. He
Okay.
said, I'm done dating black women. He
Mm-hmm.
said, I'm done trying to date American black women. Black women are some of the meanest, nastiest, hateful, rudest, disrespectful, very judgmental people on the planet. And I'm saying all this, y'all. He ain't got no punctuation, just so y'all know. It's just this is the longest sentence ever. Okay. So planet and entitlement of black women on, he says, disrespectful, very judgmental people on the planet, and the entitlement of black women. Oh Lord, we're not even going to get into that. I want black women to see my headline. 70% of divorces are initiated by American women, and you American women are mad because we going overseas to find a woman. You ladies do the math. Will you want to be with the man and some years later he's going to file for divorce? I'm married to my car and my place. I see black women are quick to call someone ugly but not cute themselves, and it's a lot of y'all on here that's very unattractive. So this is some guy on a dating app.
Wow, wow,
Yeah.
that was a lot. Wow.
So well, when
Uh,
I see that when people make announcements like that, that to me, that's just to me like you're not a person that black women need to date anyway. Like when you say you're done dating black women and then you list these reasons as if you dated all black women, and you make this announcement, it's a self-hatred thing to me. I'm not saying, I know that as a community, black women and black men, we have enough to reflect on for both of us to make changes. You know what I'm saying?
yes.
We not perfect, but we can't, bro. It's just like what Umar said. We can't, the behavior of black women, that this is a result of. This is a result of and so when we say it's a result of what? This is a result of absentee men, whether by systematic, whether or not from not being there, whether or not through death. You know what I'm saying? It's a community of black women that were doing things on their own. We cannot act like that was not a real thing. There was a decade on purpose of men being removed from us. So actually that was just the 90s. We can't even go back to slavery and the dismantling of our black men there. You know what I'm saying? Like America continually and purposefully always tries to put down black men, and they're going to always try to find out a way to do it. They've always disrupted our community, and sometimes black women, we don't recognize it for what that is, and so we do take that out on black men, not realizing the systematic stuff behind it. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Which is something that we have to work on. But men have to have that same grace for women to understand that, you know, some people ain't processed yet, bro. The result of why their father may not have been there, or why their baby daddy, you know what I'm saying,
So,
is not what he's supposed to be. Like they when you're dealing with real feelings, sometimes you can't thinking about the deeper end of what his reactions are a result of, you know what I'm saying? And so men say that, but they don't. I feel like men do this blame game, blame, and it's always black women fault, but they don't give black women, to me, the same grace that they want us to, that y'all want us to give you. because it's not like black women have it easy either. We may have it a little bit easier than y'all because I will be the first to say that because I know that America hates black men, but they hate black women. It's 1 and 1A. Okay, they may hate y'all a little bit more than they hate us, but they hate us too. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like we're not dealing with some form of that same thing that you're
Hey,
dealing with.
yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And so it's a lot of systematic things that keep us down. But I don't think we get that same grace. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's just a blame game and it's I that's why I don't date sisters, but nobody, a lot of sisters are rough around the edges, bro, because they had to be. They had to be. They if you grew up and if you a woman who had to take care, and jump into being independent, quote unquote, you know what I'm saying? Because you had to be, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? If you
Yeah.
don't have the help from the father of your child that you need, then of course you have a rough exterior. And if nobody ever really showed you love, bro, like, something as simple as hugging your daddy is a big deal. Even if your daddy is in your life, you know what I'm
It's a
saying?
big deal. It's
Sometimes,
a big deal.
sometimes dads, our dads weren't taught to be affectionate. And sometimes that we don't realize that we ain't affectionate until we get grown and in a relationship. Like, damn, you know what I'm saying? You're
True.
struggling to hug your man because you was
True.
ain't used to it. You know what I'm saying? So
True.
I
Affection.
just feel like, yeah,
It's a
it's
real
too
thing.
layered.
It's a real
It's
thing.
too layered. It's a layer. It's a lot of it's too layered, and it's disappointing, disheartening when men say that because I feel like you've given up on sisters, and I end by saying, like, for me, no matter how many times brothers knock us down, 90% of us still want a black man. And you don't hear that as often as when black men feel that black women have done them wrong, and they count us out, like, very, you don't hear that as often. To me, you don't hear black women saying, I'm done dating black men. You know what I'm saying? Now, you could see, you won't might hear some people saying black men ain't shit or they all dogs, whatever, but I guarantee you they saying all that shit, and if the black man comes try to talk to them, they going.
Yeah, they going.
They don't mean it.
Yeah,
It's just that's just hurt feelings talking. You
yeah,
know what
they
I'm
going.
saying?
They definitely going.
So
Definitely.
that's just my thought on it.
Um, it's disheartening when I hear dudes talk like that, especially black dudes, because sometimes a black dude like that will just base his whole experience on one black woman,
Right.
and you can't. I don't think you can do that. I think it's irresponsible. I think it's dangerous to do that. And then also, if he's black, 100% more likely he probably came from a black woman. He was born by a black woman. So I think when people say stuff like that or dudes say stuff like that, that's dangerous. I would
Mm-hmm.
just prefer a guy to just say, "Hey man, I dated black women. It didn't work out. I'm gonna try another race." And just be end of it. Because what it does, those stereotypes, it gives people who like white powerful men, white women who always put that stereotype of the angry black woman, the mean black woman. All black women like that. You just figure that they mean because they have a voice and they ain't gonna
Right.
let you run over them. But
Right.
nobody should let nobody run over them. If that makes you
Right.
mean, then
Absolutely.
so what? But if you a black guy and you was born and raised in fucking Topeka, Kansas, and you only went to school with around
Not
white
gonna pick
women
up
or
edges.
white women, then okay. If you like white girls, just say that. Obviously, that's all you know. Cool.
Absolutely.
But don't say that I'm done dating black women because they mean or whatever. Like, dude, shut the fuck up. Listen, man.
The women that you date were mean, and maybe they were mean to you because you're a goofy.
He probably is a goofy.
You think about
Black
that?
black women are the mothers of the earth. They queens. Black women will probably go to bat for their man. It don't even have to be their man. It could be their brother. It could be their cousin. Black women go to bat for just a friend of theirs that they really care about. a friend, and they'll go to bat for another black man. So that whole, black women mean, and that list, like his whole list of rundowns, it's so stereotypical. Like
It's so
it's
stereotypical,
it's
bro.
cringy. It's cringy. Like, dude,
Mm-hmm.
all you're doing is just perpetuating the stuff that black women have to fight for over 80 years. That's all you're
Absolutely.
doing. That's all you're doing, man. And it's unfortunate. He probably is a lame tease, like you said. He probably
He
a little,
probably is.
and I
He
hate to
probably
even like say that. I hate to say that because, but he probably is a lame tease. He probably a lame.
Yeah. But bro, I'm gonna go back again to something else that Dr. Umar said before we move on about that I agree with him on is that we gotta make up our mind for this to me, bro. With men wanting to be in charge and wanting to take, if the rightful place is leadership in our community, you gotta take it then.
Mm-hmm.
Women will follow you if you're leading us in a manner that's beneficial. You know what I'm saying? It will do it. Like I hear people always say stuff like no other race does that but black women. But it's not like, again, it goes back to, it's not like, there's anybody trying to it's not like the roles are different in our community, and we know it.
Yeah.
We
Yeah.
know it. But if black men wanted it to be different in the sense of, establish the patriotic system that's pretty much in America, well, you can do it.
You can do
But
it.
y'all have we can't make black men do that. You have to do that on your own.
Yeah, you have to take it. Men got to take the role, and if you with a woman and she's a woman of substance, she's gonna let you take the role. All right,
Absolutely.
she's not gonna fight you if she thinks you're worthy of the role. If she thinks you can handle it, she's not gonna fight you. But you got to take it. I mean,
You
I
have
don't
to
know.
set that standard, bro. You have to just be in charge. That's just, I can tell you, most of the women, we I can tell you a lot of
I do
women in
think
my
it's your
age
age
group.
group, though. Yeah, it's your age group, Tease.
Okay.
I do
God, so
think
all
it's
the
your
people
age
in
group.
my
Yeah.
age group, we don't want to think for ourselves anymore. We're tired of thinking for ourselves. Think for me. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm gonna be honest. Like, I've I've had to figure out so much on my own. So
T,
if
you
I
want
meet
some
a
help?
man that
You want
wants
some
to
help,
think for
Tease?
me,
You want some help,
I
Tease?
am a damsel in distress. Do you hear me? Help me, okay? I am tired of thinking for myself. And if men are the thinkers, if you all use the logic, help me. Because I'm tired. So I really, bro, I'm telling you, I have reached a level where I don't have no fight. I don't. I've given up. I
Hey,
don't
y'all
have
hear
no
that?
fight.
Hey,
So
y'all hear
whatever
that?
he say, go. If
Cue the
we
music.
going left, all right,
Cue
here
the
we go
music. Cue
left.
the music. T, truth is, I'm tired. Oh my
Man,
God, T say I'm
take
hey,
me to the king. That's fact, bro.
T say she
On
done. T
everything.
say I'm done. I'm tired. He said
I'm
I'm tired.
tired. Mama is tired. Auntie tired, y'all. If you want to help me, listen, I'm telling you.
Yeah,
And I'm
man.
telling you, a lot of people in my age group, all these independent women, they're tired of thinking too.
Mm-hmm.
We've thought on our own enough. We've done everything on our own since we've been an adult. And of course, I want to be under, someone telling me I don't have a problem with it. Unless I'm just gonna be honest, like unless he's telling me something stupid, you know what I'm saying? Then I said, but if he be like, hey, we finna go right,
Mm-hmm.
I'm going to the right. Like I ain't trying to figure no more shit out, bro. I'm tired.
Oh
I'm
man.
on everything. Like I'm a
Oh man.
damsel in distress. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I
Oh,
don't understand why these women be wanting to fight this thing like for a voice. Like I don't care if you don't hear me no more. I mean, what? I mean, and truthfully, our community that won't even happen because men, it's not gonna be no fee fi fo fum like in that situation. Like,
yeah, yeah.
it ain't gonna be like that. I think a respectful guy is gonna always want your feedback. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna do what's best for the family. That's all
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying. You know what I'm saying? Like, you just have to be assertive. You know what I'm saying? And I think women will fall into place if that president is set. Like, you have to use your outside voice inside. Like, don't play with me. Like this is what it's going to be. And even in situations where it's like when that lady in the store in when she was in Jewtown,
Yeah. With her son
yeah, when with she was at what forgot the restaurant with the
out
Polish
south.
chick.
Yeah, out south. Yep.
What she was doing when she arguing with a man is just something we shouldn't be doing, especially if he's a stranger.
Yep.
And I hear women saying like, so he's supposed to say something to me and I'm supposed to not say nothing. Yeah. Because you want to go home.
You
You got
want
a
to go
whole
home?
son and you got a whole son, a whole family. Why is it worth it? He's a stranger. You don't know him. He disrespectful. To me, if the guy's already showing you that level of disrespect, that means he's unhinged.
He's
That means I
unhinged.
don't want to engage with him anyway.
Yep.
Because I don't know what he might do. So because he's unhinged and I was gonna order some food and he acting crazy, you can have this Polish. I'm gonna get in my car and go somewhere else because I want to go home. I want to go home.
To
I
go
don't want
home.
my son to have to deal with the trauma of killing somebody.
You
Her
want to go
son
to
has to
jail? You
deal with
want to go
the trauma
home?
for killing somebody because you wanted to argue with a grown ass man in the restaurant. And I'm not even saying she said anything wrong, but it's the fact that this dude is unhinged. Don't argue with him. He's crazy.
It's crazy. That's right.
You know what I'm saying? It comes
Right.
with whole
That's
different by
right.
just being like, it's not some stuff we gotta be like as women, it's not even worth the argument. You know what I'm saying? And that comes from us learning how to control our emotions. You know what I'm saying? So the emotional part of you goes, of course, it's gonna be like, who you talking to? I ain't your mama. I ain't your daughter. Don't talk to me like that. You know what I'm saying? I get it. You know what I'm saying? We gonna always be ready to pop off. I get it. But at some point,
Always.
maturity got to kick in, bro. And it has to be a point of, you know what? It's not worth it. I want to go home.
I think again, I think older females have that mentality a lot more. It's the young ones, I think, the younger ones that be like, nah, fuck that. He want to get crazy, I'm gonna pop off too. And I just think that's a recipe for disaster.
Yeah, older women supposed to tell them that's a recipe for disaster. That's a lack of training from your mother or the women around you that's saying shut your mouth.
Shut your mouth, because these dudes don't care. These
These
dudes
dudes don't
don't
care.
care. They
He
don't
ain't your daddy. He ain't your uncle. He ain't your brother. He don't care about you. You're a piece of paper to him. So
care.
of course he'll knock the shit out of you because you ain't nothing to him.
You ain't nothing to him. They don't care about that. Don't you got a mom or sister? They gonna be like, yeah, but she
No,
ain't.
they don't care. They don't even like their mama and their sister. What are you talking
That's
about?
what I'm saying. They don't. They don't care. And again, I really believe we talk about it. There is. It's that age difference. It's the old head versus the young head, and the viewpoints on life are totally different. Like it's so far apart on the
Yeah, but
viewpoints
they
of
ain't
life.
been trained, bro. And nobody's talking to them either.
Nobody's talking to
It's
them.
that's nobody is teaching, and it's our responsibility to teach. As you
Yep.
get older, we supposed to, whether or not they accept it and hear, hear adhere to the things that we're saying, we're still have responsibility to give them game and to teach. You know what I'm saying? And so,
We
you know,
should give them game because it may save their life in the long run.
absolutely,
You know what I
absolutely. That
mean?
that that's on us. That's on us. Like at some
Yep.
point, these kids are wild animals, but to me, they wild animals because they're not being taught.
They're not being taught. They just not
They don't
being
have any
taught.
consequences of,
Nope.
they're being raised by the internet and people in the effort to have like soft parenting and to be a quote unquote better parent than our parents. Now you're not parenting at all.
Nope.
You ain't doing nothing.
You ain't
You
doing nothing.
went from, I mean, I understand you may not want to whip your child. That's fine, but you have to get them some kind of discipline, some kind of structure. You can't
Yep.
just let them do what they want to do. You know what I'm
Yep.
saying? They're
Facts.
kids.
Facts.
But
Um,
yeah.
last thing I want to talk about is Erica Mena. Well, I don't watch the show anymore. I stopped watching all the Love and Hip Hops.
Me
I
too.
stopped watching them because it just to the point it just got too. It got too stupid, and I kept seeing how stupid it was getting, to the point that you can tell it was fake,
Mm-hmm.
even more so than what we knew. But so I guess on like it wasn't the season finale, but it was on the last episode. She got into it with another lady on the show, Jamaican dance hall legend out there. Her name is Spice. She got nominated for a Grammy. She huge with her music. I never heard of her until I started watching the show. Um, so she got into it with her in the scene. They was going back and forth. Um, Spice Spice went low. She brought up Erica's son and said, "That's why your son um, don't want to live with you, don't want to be with you, or don't love you, whatever." That was low. I ain't gonna lie to you. Then Erica fired back, and Erica called her a monkey. Um, I know the show promotes this, so to speak, the back and forth, the conversations. Um, but I'm a believer in wrong is wrong and right is right. I think Spice was wrong. I felt like she was wrong for saying that to Erica. Whether it's true or not, I don't think you. I just don't think you can just say whatever you want out of a person's mouth and then expect that person to like just take it on the chin and not fire back. Do I think Erica was wrong? Yes, I think Erica was wrong for calling a dark skinned woman a monkey, which I found out this is Erica's thing. I had no idea until I started reading up on this. This isn't the first time she's called somebody a monkey. She called a DJ up in New York or some artist in New York, DJs, I mean, MC, whatever his name, I forgot his name, called him a monkey. So this is her thing. Now, the thought was, okay, the aftermath is that VH1 fired Erica from the show because they said they're not going to stand for that type of rhetoric or whatever. Fine, okay, whatever. Here's my thing. The word was, do you think she's racist? I don't know because I don't like to call people racist because if I don't know their heart, unless they do something to me, that's racist. Was she wrong for calling her a monkey? Yeah. She didn't have. She could have went low. She may have didn't have to say monkey, but at that moment, that's what she felt like she had to say. But again, the to me, I think there's a lot of fake outrage with the show and back and forth with them two. Because at the end of the day, I do know this. Erica Mena has a child by a black man. I know he's Jamaican, whatever. He's black, whatever. She's got a colored child. She's got a mixed child. She's got a black child. So my thing is this. I think that people are making a lot out of this because in the time frame we live in now, with everything with racial tensions and things that get said, and people want to counsel you now for everything, for every single thing. Do I think Erica's big enough where she can be counseled? I don't know. I mean, she got movies on Tubi, so I'm sure she's still gonna be working, whatever. Probably just not on VH1. But I think both people deserve some blame, Spice and her. Okay, if she's a bad mother, all right, fine. That don't mean necessarily feel like you got to just go there and just call her to being a bad mother, or just saying her son don't love her, whatever. And that shit probably do hurt. I mean, I ain't no mom, I ain't no woman. That shit probably do hurt when somebody say that to you like that. And Erica reacted. I just feel like she just shouldn't have said monkey. That's all. That's all I'm saying. I just feel like she just should have said monkey. Yeah, she should have fought back or she should have fired back at her, of course. But the monkey thing, I don't like that. I just don't like it because again, it's going back to the dark skin, dark women thing again. And we all anybody that's grew up dark skinned, you know, you got called African booty scratcher, a monkey, any other derogatory thing because you was dark skinned. So that's just what I'm saying.
And hurt them all. Done hurt them all. Absolutely. Yep. Yeah.
So that's what I got, teased.
I agree with you, bro. It's a catch-22 with me. You know, the monkey thing is definitely, you call a dark skinned person, whether it's a man or a woman, a monkey, you know, or if you call a black person a monkey, you know, we already know the history behind, you know, that and them painting us as like, you know, apes and, you know,
Yeah.
likening us to monkeys and things like that. So we know that that was definitely a racial thing, you know, and they was using those caricatures of us and exaggerating, cartoons to look like monkeys when, you know, it was always funny to me, but they used to call black people monkeys when they look more like apes than we do. You know what
Mm-hmm.
I'm saying? Like if you look at a side by side facial structures, we don't look like monkeys. You know what I'm saying? If you want to say that of as far as just being dark, fine. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But outside of facial structures, our faces don't look like monkeys. So, you know, that is a trigger if you it's a real thing, right? You know what I'm saying? We can't act like it's not. But the flip side of that is Spice did go low, and we can't ignore the fact that she did, and to me, I'm on the fence on it because when it comes to war, it really ain't no rules. So if you go low to me, Erica went to hell. You know what
She
I'm saying?
did.
And so
She did.
I
She
don't
went
think
to hell.
I think she said what she thought would be a trigger for Spice, to call her a monkey. You know what I'm saying? You call a dark skinned girl, you triggered me by calling me a bad mother. I'm gonna trigger you by calling you a monkey
Mm-hmm.
because that's gonna hurt your feelings. So I think that's what she was doing. Not necessarily if she's racist in general. I mean, and also too, I don't think just because she has a black baby daddy that don't make her, not racist, because that don't mean anything. Because it's a lot of people that's married to somebody else of a different race and they absolutely still
That's true
racist. You know what I'm
too.
saying?
True
So
too.
I just think my last thing on it about it is I think VH1 is full of shit because, like you said, they promote this kind of foolishness. They plan
They
this
do.
stuff.
They
And that
do.
post that Mona made was phony because you been knew this was a thing. So it's like you could have been fired her. You
Mm-hmm.
didn't even have to show the episode. You know what I'm
Nope.
saying? But this is drama. You've made lots of money off of black drama, and you will continue to do it because people still watch it. And it was just fun. Like you said, it's fake outrage because the whole show was a hot ass mess. It's been a mess. And while she fired Erica, the whole show could go. Honestly,
It can. I'm tired of it.
it's doing no help. It's adding no value to our community.
Tired of the fucking show. Tired
Yeah.
of it. They. I mean, I saw Scrappy's comments. I saw. Who else? I saw somebody else. I saw their comments. I mean, we talk about it because we have to, because it was a big thing on social media. But Erica did go to hell. She went low. She went to hell, and I get
Hmm.
why. I get why some black women was outraged. I understand it.
Absolutely.
I feel it, and I get why Spice was outraged. But again, when you playing the dozen, sometime when you
It is
going back
what it
and
is.
forth, is what it is. Some shit, hey man, somebody might say something, you say something, then boom, here we are. Let's get to
Hmm.
it. Let's get to it. Now we into it. You know what I'm saying? That's it.
Yeah. Yeah. I think it was a messed up, situation, but I feel like I'm not feeling sorry for Spice because she went there. You know what I'm saying? You
Mm-hmm.
went there with her. She could have thought about something, but in the moment when you angry, again, I just think she was thinking about what can I say
Yeah.
to hit her where she hit me. You know what I'm saying? And she probably regrets saying it because of the history of that. But at the same time, you ain't thinking about no history when somebody coming for you. You know what I'm saying? You thinking about, F that B. You know what I'm
she,
saying? So
she came forward too, boy. I mean, she let loose, boy. But
yeah, it's
Erica,
unfortunate.
Erica pop off, man. Like she always pop off like that.
She
She pop.
always, and she's emotionally unstable too.
She
So
is something wrong with her. I think something
yeah.
wrong with her, but she pops off like that. But the show got the ratings that they wanted, and like you said,
Hmm.
they didn't have to air that.
They didn't. They could have fired her, and they could have. This couldn't even been a thing. But they want this talk. This is all sensationalized. This is what Mona loves. So
Mona loves that.
she
Mona
loves all this.
she loves
Yeah,
that, and the ratings gonna go up because that's what she in the business for. She in the
absolutely,
business for the ratings. So, uh,
absolutely.
but I mean, again, I don't watch the show if it wasn't for fucking it's Instagram and them how they post these clips, I would have never known about this at
I
all.
used to watch it, but I haven't watched it in the last couple of seasons. So yeah,
I have to limit myself on Ratchet TV. Like I can't watch too much
yeah.
Ratchet. have to. It's a balance for me now because
Yeah, you have to. Yeah,
some
I'm
of this
with you.
shit is just too much. Oh, before we get out of here, Power Book Force. What you think of the first episode?
It was cool. It was cool. You know, I'm trying to decide, bro. Again with the balance, I'm trying to decide if I'm over all the drug stories now.
Oh, you get like that now, huh? Okay,
You know,
okay,
but you know what? It took me a long time to even get into it for that reason, though, bro.
okay,
Because I
okay.
told you, like the drug life was something that I ain't really, I ain't really like drug movies like that, and I didn't really like drug TV shows like that because
Uh-huh.
I was sensitive about it because I felt like it did a lot of damage
Okay.
personally to people I know. So I didn't it took me a long time to get into Power. I didn't start watching Power was like y'all know, like it probably was like halfway to the through it, then I had to go back and binge watch until I finally caught up with y'all. So I don't know. So I guess it was good, but then I'm like, I'm watching this whole story with the drugs, and I'm like, man, so we
You're
got
like more
Power,
drugs, like more drugs.
more drugs. We got Power, we got Power Force, we got Raising Canaan, we
Mhm.
got BMF. I'm like, I think I might be tapped out on the drugs. I think I might be tapped out on the
Okay.
drug story. So, but for what it was worth, I thought it was a decent episode. It should seem like they got some different storylines they can work with. They can have some good stories. So I thought it was cool. What about you?
It was I like Power Book 4. I think it's a good show. I I I I'm one of those people who believe like for me, Tommy was my favorite character in Power because I thought his character was important. And
Mm-hmm.
so now seeing him with his own little story, I think it's dope. And plus, it's a couple dudes in Power Book Force from the Chi from Chicago that I see in there. And again, 50 is giving people opportunities to work from Chicago.
Right.
So that's kind of, I mean, I like it. I think the storyline is going to pick up even more. I'm predicting that we're going to see Tariq and Braden at some point. Um,
Mm-hmm.
I think we're going to see somebody else from New York at some point. So that's why I'm watching it, though, to be honest with you.
Okay. Yeah, I think Tariq and Brady gonna show up too because you saw when they left at the end of Power Book 2. I feel like they was great. They was headed to Tommy because I
I
know
think they
that
come to
now
Chicago.
that yeah, I think now that when Tariq found out, when he came in contact with Tommy and Tommy basically told him they still family.
It's
I
still
feel
family.
like I think he gonna be able to connect for them somehow.
I think
So
so, too. I think so,
yeah,
too. And I
yeah.
think
So I think they're gonna those two shows are gonna cross. Yeah.
I think that's what we're gonna see. We're gonna see something like that carry over. I'm ready for
Mhm.
it. I love the show, man. The show is great. 50 a genius. That's all I gotta say. 50 Cent is a
He
genius.
be about his money.
He don't he that I believe 50 is a super multimillionaire, but he just can't say it out loud because the fans is watching. But
Oh, for
50,
sure. He's
50 is
one of the richest
paid.
rappers. He's one of the rich rappers. Period.
50 is
He's on
paid.
Forbes.
He
Yeah.
is paid, and stars know they need him. So
Yeah. Yeah.
um, I'm looking forward to the next episode so we can figure out what's going on with old boy because he still hate his father after what his father did to his girlfriend. So I want to see that story too. Other than that, we can't leave without giving a shout out to our homegirl, your homegirl, her birthday
Happy
today.
birthday, Kaya!
Shout
Birthday,
out to
birthday,
Kaya.
birthday!
Shout out to Kaya.
What
Happy
they say?
birthday.
She's a friend of the show.
Yeah, Kaya's a friend of the show.
Friend of the show.
Today is her
Yeah.
birthday. You know what I
Yes.
mean? She's probably out celebrating right now. Um, Kaya, enjoy your birthday today. I gotta get you on the show, but live in studio so we can give you some birthday shots.
For sure. For sure. It's the birthday shots are coming.
Um, Peace, you got any shout outs, any announcements?
um, no announcements, but I have a little shindig this weekend with my sister
Okay, okay.
celebrating her wedding in
Woo!
next year. So we got a
Somebody
little
getting
girls'
married.
day going on this weekend. So I'm looking forward to that this weekend. But yeah, thank y'all for listening. And make sure y'all keep subscribing and keep commenting and keep sharing our videos. We appreciate that. We are working on there's 100 episode. We want to make it big. Want to make it a live show so that people that you guys with us that y'all can come in and be a part of the show with us. So we're working on that. We hopefully have some details about that soon. So yeah, I'm excited. We got some good things coming.
We working, Joe. Just know y'all, we working. We working.
Yeah. Yeah.
We're trying to put some good stuff together for everybody. But we working.
Absolutely.
With that note, this is some of that podcast. We appreciate y'all for rocking with us because y'all believe in us. I'm Coach Mo. We got Tease over there. This episode will be dropping this week. Make sure y'all share the episode, share the podcast, subscribe.
Yes, please.
That note, we out. Hey, bear down.
Bear down. Let's go Bears. See y'all next week.
Peace.
Peace.